Hello friends, welcome to KP's tutorial. My today's presentation is based on introduction of graphical representation in statistics. The statistical data can be represented by using graphs. So graph means graphs are charts consisting of points, lines and curves. Charts are drawn on a graph sheet. Suitable scales are to be chosen for both x and y axis so that the entire data can be presented in the graph sheet. Graphical representation are used for grouped quantitative data. The types of graphs are histogram, frequency polygon, frequency curve, Augev curve. So these are mainly four types of graphs. So let's move towards one by one. Our first types of graph is histogram. In histogram, data are plotted as a series of rectangles. Class intervals are shown on the x-axis and the frequencies on the y-axis. The height of each rectangle represents the frequency of the class interval. So let's take one example to draw a histogram. Draw a histogram for the following data. Here we have to given some data, that is, in first column the classes denote a daily wages and second column denote the number of workers for each class. Our first class is for 0 to 50. In that class 8 number of workers are included. Second class is from 50 to 100. Third one is from 100 to 115. Next 115 to 200. Next 200 to 215. And 215 to 300 is our last class. And the frequencies or the number of workers included in each class are as 8, 16, 27, 19, 10 and 6 respectively. Depending upon this data, we can draw histogram. Let's see. This is the histogram for the data. On x-axis daily wages and on y-axis we take here number of workers. If you have any problem regarding to this diagram or histogram, so please drop your comment in a comment box. Now let's move towards our next type of graph, that is frequency polygon. If we mark the midpoints of the top horizontal sides of the rectangles in a histogram. For drawing a frequency polygon, first we have to draw a histogram, and after drawing, here we have to mark the midpoints of the top horizontal sides of the rectangles and join them by a straight line. After joining the midpoints of each rectangles, the figure is formed, which is called as frequency polygon. This is done under the assumption that the frequency in a class interval are evenly distributed throughout the class. The example of frequency polygon. Draw a frequency polygon for the following data. First column stands for classes, that is weight in kilogram, and second column stands for the frequency, that is number of students. First class is from 30 to 35 kilogram and 4 students are included in first class. Similarly, 7 students included in second class, that is 7 students having the weight from 35 kilogram to 40 kilogram. Like this, third class is from 40 to 45 with the frequency 10. Next class 45 to 50 kilogram weight and the frequency of that class is 18. Next 50 to 55 kilogram and the frequency of that class is 14. Second last class is from 55 to 60 kilogram and the frequency of that class or number of students included in that class is 8, and last class denote the weight of students from 60 to 65. There are 3 students included in this class. So from this data we can draw a frequency polygon. First of all we have to draw a histogram, and then after drawing histogram we have to join a midpoint of each rectangle by a straight line, then we get a frequency polygon. See the image. After drawing a histogram, point out the midpoint of each rectangle and join all these midpoints by a straight line, then we get a frequency polygon for the given data. Okay, on x-axis here we take the classes, and on y-axis we take here number of students, that is frequency of that classes. Okay, now the third type of graph is a frequency curve. If the middle point of the upper boundaries of the rectangles of a histogram is corrected by a smooth freehand curve, in frequency polygon, we join the midpoints of the rectangles of histogram by straight line, and in frequency curve we have to join these midpoints of all rectangles by a smooth free-handed curve. Then obtained diagram is called as frequency curve. So let's take one example. Draw a frequency curve for the following data. Here we have to given some data which denote in first class monthly wages, and second class stand for number of family related with monthly wages in rupees. First class 0 to 1000, next 1000 to 2000, similarly 2 to 3000, 3 to 4000, 4 to 5000, 5 to 6000, 6 to 7000, and last 7 to 8000 rupees. So in a particular area, for first class there are 21 families who have monthly wages in between 0 to 1000 rupees. Similarly, there are 35 families who have 1000 to 2000 rupees monthly wages. Similarly, for third class 2 to 3000 rupees, there are 56 families are presented. Next, for fourth class there are 74 families included in that class. Similarly, in 4 to 5000 rupees class there are 63 families. Like this, for 5 to 6000 14 families. Next 6 to 7000 29 families included, and there are 14 families who have 7 to 8000 monthly wages. Now depending upon this data, let's try to draw a frequency curve. First of all, draw a histogram and point out the midpoint of each rectangles. After that, you have to join all the midpoints of the rectangles by free-handed smooth curve. If you join this point by straight line, your figure or your diagram become a frequency polygon. And then if we join these midpoints by a free-handed curve, then we get a frequency curve. Okay, and our next type of graph is augure curve. For a set of observation, we know how to construct a frequency distribution. In some cases, we may require the number of observation less than a given value or more than a given value. This is obtained by accumulating, or it is also called as adding, the frequencies up to the given values. This accumulated frequency is called as cumulative frequency. These cumulative frequency are then listed in a table is called cumulative frequency table. The curve table is obtained by plotting cumulative frequency is called cumulative frequency curve or an augure curve. So easily we can define Augev curve as a cumulative frequency curve means Augev curve. There are two methods of constructing Augev, namely the less than Augev method or more than Augev method. The method in which we use less than cumulative frequency, that method is known as the less than Augev method, and in which we use a more than cumulative frequency, that method is known as the more than Augev method. In less than Augev method, we start with the upper limits of the classes and go adding the frequencies. When these frequencies are plotted, we get a rising curve. In more than Augev method, we start with the lower limits of the classes, and from the total frequency, we subtract the frequency of each class. When these frequencies are plotted, we get decline curve. So here is one example for Augev curve. Draw Augev curve for the following data. First column stands for class interval and second one is for the frequency of that classes. The classes are from 20 to 30, next 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70, like up to 90 to 100. And the corresponding frequencies are 4, 6, 13, 25, 32, 90, 8 and 3 respectively. So from this data, first you have to preparing two columns, that is less than Augev and more than Augev. It means first column stands for less than cumulative frequency and second column, that is middle column, stand for less than cumulative frequency, and next more than cumulative frequency, or it is also called as less than Augev or more than Augev column. Okay, so class limits are 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 90 and 100. Check this. Less than Augev are the values 0, 4, 10, 23, 48, 18, 99, 107, 110. More than Augev curve start from the total number of frequency, that is 110, then subtract 4 from 110, we get 106. Similarly, next more than Augev value is 100, 87, 62, 30, 11, 3, 0. These values are obtained or calculated as per given instruction here. Check this. In less than Augev method, we have to start with the upper limits of the classes and go adding the frequency. When these frequencies are plotted, we get rising curve. And in more than Augev method, we start with the lower limits of the classes, and from the total frequency, we have to subtract the frequency of each class. After doing this instruction, we can easily find out the values of less than and more than Augev. Okay. So depending upon less than Augev values and more than Augev values, we can easily draw two curves. Here on x-axis we plot the class limits, and on y-axis we plot a cumulative frequencies. On x-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 10 units. Similarly on y-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 10 units. Okay. So our next curve, which is known as Lorentz curve. Let's discuss. Lorentz curve is a graphical method of studying dispersion. It was introduced by Max O. Lorentz, a great economist and a statistician, to study the distribution of wealth and income. It is also used to study the variability in the distribution of profits, wage, revenue, etc. It is specially used to study the degree of inequality in the distribution of income and wealth between countries or between different periods. It is percentage of cumulative values of one variable is combined with the percentage of cumulative values in other variable, and then Lorentz curve is drawn. With this point, we are going to end this session here. So, thank you.